Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words.
Because I have called, and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded.
A friend of mine was telling me pop culture was social engineering.
Yeah, he said something about MK Ultra mind control in the media.
Don't you know what's going on?
You see this?
You gotta see this.
Check your phone.
Don't you know?
Crazy.
Wow. This is crazy.
You haven't heard?
Bro.
Is this true?
No cap.
You gotta see this.
I don't know what to believe.
Girl, don't you know?
Don't you know what's going on? You haven't heard?
Wake up.
You gotta see this.
You haven't heard?
Man, they say 2024 is the Chinese year of the dragon. But why is the West pushing dragon symbolism too? Y'all remember when Ye said him and Trump had the same dragon energy?
Yeah, I vaguely remember.
The rapper tweeting, "You don't have to agree with Trump, but the mob can't make me not love him. We are both dragon energy. He is my brother. I love everyone. I don't agree with everything anyone does. That's what makes us individuals, and we have the right to independent thought." He also tweeted a selfie and a MAGA hat.
Well, I believe they're activating that dragon energy right now in this so-called year of the dragon. Did y'all see this?
Silence of the Lambs. Has anyone ever seen the Silence of the Lambs? The late, great Hannibal Lecter. He's a wonderful man. He oftentimes would have a friend for dinner. Remember the last scene? "Excuse me, I'm about to have a friend for dinner," as this poor doctor walked by. "I'm about to have a friend for dinner, but Hannibal Lecter." Congratulations, the late, great Hannibal Lecter.
Since when did presidential candidates just start randomly praising characters like Hannibal Lecter? I mean, wasn't he eating people in the Silence of the Lamb movies?
It's the Red Dragon. The third installment in the Silence of the Lamb series is titled Red Dragon. You don't see it?
No.
It all makes sense. King Charles just unveiled his first official royal portrait, which is drenched in this creepy red.
Yeah, that is kind of creepy.
Check this out. When you put the paintings together like this, what do you see?
Oh, that looks like a red dragon right in the middle. So I bet you're going to say that the fact they released Game of Thrones House of the Dragon trailer at this time is no coincidence.
Do you think it's a coincidence? Look. Look, in the book of Revelation, there's a great red dragon that chases a pregnant woman so it can consume her child as soon as it's born. In House of the Dragon Season 1, they had this pregnant black woman kneel before a dragon that consumed her and her child with fire. But yeah, that's just a coincidence. Even this year's Met Gala had a subtle dragon reference.
What are you talking about? The theme of this year's Met Gala was Sleeping Beauty, and it was amazing.
Fashion's biggest night is here, the 2024 Met Gala. This year's theme celebrates the opening of the Costume Institute's Sleeping Beauty's Reawakening fashion exhibit.
I dream of walking that red carpet one day.
What for? You're already a Sleeping Beauty sleepwalking through Brooklyn. You've got to wake up, Evie. These celebrities are just puppets who get paid to sing us to sleep. Literally. We got Cynthia Erivo from that new movie Wicked in this Met Gala short singing Hush Little Baby.
Hush little baby, don't say a word.
Then they have Ariana Grande, who's also in the movie Wicked, with a lullaby singing sheep to sleep.
How I wonder what you are.
Literally, the Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word.
So what do you think of my Trump Home mattress collection by Serta? Finally, the same luxury and comfort I demand in my hotels.
Oh, they'll never count sheep again.
Listen, why don't you come work for me?
What do you have in mind?
Something you were born to do.
Welcome to room 9.
Looking good, number 9, looking good.
Where's your dignity?
Silence of the Lambert, silence of the Lambert.
Using as above, so below sorcery, Mickey has been telling us he's wicked.
Silence of the Lambert, silence of the Lambert.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word.
While y'all being hypnotized by MK Ultra lullabies. They dividing us up into 2 groups, the haves and the have-nots, feast or famine.
With the emphasis on famine, I think that's what that whole cereal for dinner campaign is about, which they couple with that big Seinfeld movie, Unfrosted. They know this economy got people eating cereal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Cereal! Yeah! Cereal! Yeah! Cancer-causing chemicals found in cereal.
That chemical has already been found to cause reproductive problems in animals.
To top it all off, like BHT frosting on the infertility flakes, they got Snoop Dogg out here using reverse psychology to get you to slurp up his soggy Snoop loops.
I get it. I get it. Serial killer.
In Seinfeld's serial movie, they confirmed they're targeting us with reverse psychology. Remember the girl said,
"But we come here for this."
It's garbage.
Is it? Or is it some hot fruit lightning the man doesn't want you to have? The man doesn't want you to have.
But back to the whole Met Gala subject. Didn't Sleeping Beauty have a dragon in it?
Exactly. The princess got pricked by a needle that made her fall asleep due to the curse of a witch empowered by a dragon. That's the story of Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty.
Are those bags under your eyes? I think you might need some beauty sleep yourself. All those late nights connecting strings to the articles on your pinboard. Got you looking like a poster child for premature aging.
Ha ha ha. Good one.
Love you, Jake.
Have you opened your eyes and taken an honest, objective look at what these major social media platforms have trending, targeted for our demographic? Look.
Yeah, that is over the top. I've noticed a lot of female artists have been making these types of songs and videos the last few years. I think it's a reflection of women's frustration with the state of male-female relationships in the modern world, especially in the Black community.
These types of videos are not made to reflect reality. These videos and songs are pushed on us to engineer and mold society. It's like the social engineers got Krishan and Blueface as the model for our hashtag relationship goals.
So Evie says this music is a byproduct of artists expressing their feelings about the toxic state of relationships in our generation. And Jake, you say there's a deeper brain conspiracy guiding culture toward dysfunction and destruction. But what is the truth?
Let's skip all the opinions and get down to the facts. Let's ask Truth Rider.
Navigating the treacherous corridors between truth and lies. In a shady world of shadow banning and censorship, using their technology against them. He fights the prince of the power of the air. He braves the information highway in a race against time, a race against the signal. His mission, to expose a cabal of illuminists hiding in the dark, hiding in the recesses of the mind. But the shadowy figures in the dark web are relentless.
Hiding in the recess of the mind.
Hiding in my head, in my head, in my bed. Hiding in the corner of my mind, of my mind. Never letting go the things I hide, things I hide.
Truth Rider, a lone watchman, traverses cyberspace, scouring the metaverse in search of truth, vanquishing propaganda, liberating those who have been bound by deception. He rides.
Shalom, family. Wow, lots of questions. Well, I want to help you connect the dots. Whether you know it or not, your generation is in the direct line of fire from a myriad of psychological operations, guided by forces seen and unseen, physical and metaphysical. But is this current rise of the gender war a naturally occurring phenomenon or an expertly crafted manufactured tool of eugenics? It's fitting you mentioned the Red Dragon in reference to King Charles' royal portrait. Your spiritual instincts are guiding you in the right direction. But we want to show you there's a deeper connection, not only between the Great Red Dragon and the so-called House of Windsor, which is really the House of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, but between the music industry's psychological warfare programming, which you correctly identified in this Ruby Rose music video.
Yes, you made some great connections, but let's look beyond the image of the red dragon that appears when this painting is mirrored to the actual blood red uniform King Charles is wearing in his portrait. Out of all military regalia and royal garb he could have adorned himself with, they chose the uniform of the Welsh Guard in honor of Wales.
This is the Welsh flag. The Red Dragon.
And there appeared a great wonder in heaven. A woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she being with child cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven.
The Red Dragon.
And behold, a great red dragon.
Silence of the Lamb.
And a little baby boy. And if you need further confirmation, the dimensions of this painting speak volumes on exactly what spirit we're dealing with. Though wisdom called to him, he answered her not. He forsook his blessing. By the sword shall he live.
Now you might ask, what does the provocative OnlyFans rap artist Ruby Rose have to do with the British crown and its scarlet dragon symbolism? Knowing the answer may be more critical to the outcome of your future than you would imagine.
Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
These quiet weapons for silent wars that are deployed against you impact your day-to-day lives, wreaking havoc and sowing chaos while going virtually undetected by the vast majority of their victims.
Let's follow the money. Ruby Rose is signed to Hitco Entertainment, which was sold to Concord Music Group, which is under Universal Music Group, headed by Sir Lucian Grange. The music mogul Lucian Grange was honored with the title Sir and initiated into the Order of the British Empire when he was knighted at Buckingham Palace by Prince William.
It's important to remember that at its core, a knight is a military title. But just who is Sir Lucian Grange waging war against?
Well, in the recent lawsuit filed by music producer Rodney Jones against P. Diddy, Lucian Grange, and Universal Music Group, along with others, all named as co-conspirators in a massive human trafficking drug distribution and extortion ring.
You see, P. Diddy is just the fall guy, the public face for a much larger, covert, clandestine military operation. In this recent interview on the Download podcast, Ye, Kanye West said,
who is Lucian Grange? Like, who is he? Because people don't know who he is, and I feel like you have to be higher up to know exactly who he is, and you've got to that level.
He's still higher. He's still a hired gun. He's just like a handler. Like, he just control Universal. He run it for him, but he ain't no overboss or nothing like that. You know, it's like we saving the world. Like, you take Drake and Lucian out, that just alters everything, because that's such a control thing they had, the algorithm, the way that they work together to fix the numbers and all that. You know, they have
them two are working together.
Absolutely. Like, we're gonna name this after a dragon, some demonic shit, like Drake and all this type of shit. Like, we're gonna change your name, actor, and do this and shit. It cuts Drake's soul. It's like he signed his soul to the devil. They say rich baby daddy. It's like Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucian and Universal.
Wow.
He's like, man, my daddy got it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my daddy controlled the spins. My daddy got the DSPs. My daddy. Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucian.
So all of his streams in the number ones is controlled by someone named Lucian.
Well, Lucian worked for people who control the banks in Africa. Lucian worked for people who control the banks in Africa.
People who control the banks in Africa.
Having 7 heads, and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads.
He works for the people that control the banks in Africa. Interesting. Now, what do we really know about Sir Lucian? For one, he's part of the music industry's most treacherous trio: Lear Cohen, Clyde Davis, Sir Lucian Grange.
You know what I mean? They actually going out, getting active and doing stuff, and then going to the studio and make a song about what they just did. And that should get nipped in the bud as soon as it got created. But nobody's going to these labels saying they wrong for this. We just blaming it on the kids.
You go into a record company right now, they'll say, all we want is drill music. Meaning, and to be official in drill music means you got to really be doing what you're saying. So you're actually asking to put up music that talks about kids killing each other. Now, I'm not knocking the kids because they don't know no better. But what I'm knocking is the people, the adults that try to make money off of these kids hurting themselves, put insurance policies on them because they're like, we'll get paid regardless. Actually, we'll get paid more if they die. Every time a signed rapper dies, there's an insurance policy and people make $100 million of what they think they could have made.
So like my brother Stout said, he don't like to just put all the blame on these young artists because the radio stations are making them the top songs of the playlist and the labels are still signing. They even got it, they're putting out life insurance on these young kids now.
Wow.
The labels, because they're gambling on you to do some dumb shit so they can profit after you die.
Kanye also dove deep into Lucian Grange's history, uncovering some pretty unsettling stuff about his ties to powerful figures who have their fingers in African banks. Yeah, you heard that right. Kanye claimed Lucian's involved in some shady dealings that exploit Africa.
Well, Lucian worked for people who control the banks in Africa.
Diddy is the fall guy for much bigger fish. Word on the street is that Diddy is just a pawn in a much larger operation that allegedly includes trafficking within music and the entertainment industry.
Multiple lawsuits have been filed against Combs, including one by music producer Rodney Jones.
Lil Rod also alleged that Lucian, together with other defendants, aided, abetted, and induced Sean Combs' trafficking venture. And he describes him as one of the co-conspirators who knowingly benefited from coercive trafficking. According to Lil Rod, Lucian and other defendants were providing vast sums of cash, which made Diddy's criminal venture possible. The fact is that Lucian and his son Elliot are deeply involved in the hip-hop music industry. Now, there's been this long-standing theory that Lucian is one of those executives who profit off of black trauma and keep artists enslaved through exploitative contracts. And it's not just Lucian whose name pops up when you look up how the music industry really works, particularly the hip-hop industry. Take Jay-Z's mentor Lyor Cohen, for example. He openly admitted that he signs artists on his label that promote substance and addiction culture. And when they asked him why he does that when there's a major opioid crisis going on, Lyor said that's just how the business works. But it gets even more sinister because there have been a lot of whispers circulating that these puppet masters literally sacrifice artists for profit. Many of these labels take out life insurance policies on artists, which means the artist could be worth more to the label dead than alive. Major artists such as Michael Jackson, Prince, and Whitney Houston, as well as rappers like King Von and Drakeo, The Ruler, all ended up making more money for their labels after they died. Cat Williams also talked about this in one of his viral interviews and said that all these recent deaths of young rappers are not a coincidence, because every time one of them dies, there's someone higher up making a lot of money off of their death.
Makes big money. When these rappers get killed, not incidental. Somebody made $100 million and now don't have to talk to that artist or none of their crew, don't have to validate none of their contracts. Now only got to deal with the mama, only got to see her once a year, and it's over. And the money goes up and up and up. So they killed this $20 million guy.
Cat also said that what usually happens is that when a rapper is sacrificed, the higher-ups will get someone from the rapper's city to take them out, seemingly as one final humiliation tactic. Lucian Grange is even more powerful than Lyor Cohen and Clive Davis, and while he managed to keep a very low profile for decades, Lil Rod's lawsuit has now put him and his record label Universal Music in the spotlight. Now keep in mind that Universal Music Group is the biggest music company in the world. It's one of the so-called Big Three record labels, along with Sony Music and Warner Music Group. Well, since 2000, Universal Music Group has been owned by Vivendi, a French mass media holding company. Now, the largest shareholder in Vivendi is the French conglomerate Bolloré Group, one of the largest companies in the world, originally founded in 1822. And according to this report published by the Mongabay Conservation News Portal, over the past 20 years, Bolloré has managed to build an incomparable network of influence on the African continent, mostly in countries formerly colonized by France, by using the World Bank and the IMF's programs as a tool to acquire a variety of strategic concessions of port terminals, warehouses, railway lines, and tropical plantations. President and CEO of Bolloré, Vincent Bolloré, has also been involved in numerous controversies, including allegedly bribing African officials for lucrative contracts. Back in 2016, Bolloré launched a defamation lawsuit against a French newspaper after they reported on the catastrophic human rights conditions on plantations controlled by his company in Liberia. This was just one of many defamation lawsuits launched by Bolloré against journalists, lawyers, NGOs, newspapers, TV stations, and anyone else who tried to expose them. So these are the people that Lucian Grange answers to.
Now I want you to use a heightened level of discernment and open up your spiritual eyes. There's a spell being cast by the Kabbalistic puppet masters. Ask yourself, why are their artists, the artists they push on you, named Lil Wayne, Lil Durk, Lil Gotti, Lil Jon,
Lil Nas X, Lil Uzi Vert,
Lil Reese, Lil Bootsy,
Lil Scrappy, and Lil Baby.
And we can't forget Sada Baby, Baby, and Da Baby.
A rich baby daddy named Lucian and Universal. Man, my daddy got it.
You see, one of the ancient gods our enemies worship is named Pan.
He's a demon.
But they present him to us as Peter Pan. In their occult tradition, Pan has a magic flute, which he uses to hypnotize and reign over the lost boys in Never Never Land, an invisible world where children never grow up.
He's the Pied Piper. Lil Wayne, Lil Durk, Lil Gotti, Lil Jon,
Lil Nas X, Lil Uzi Vert,
Lil Reese, Lil Bootsy,
Lil Scrappy, and Lil Baby.
Sada Baby, Baby, and Da Baby.
There's a spell being cast. When you examine the logo that Clive Davis greenlighted for P. Diddy's record label, Bad Boy, it bears an eerie resemblance to the hotel footage of P. Diddy himself running down the hallway, his towel looking like a diaper as he throws a horrific temper tantrum. Bad boy, little baby, boy. A man called Boy.
When I was born, a black man could never be a man. He was always a boy. It didn't matter what age he was, it was, hey boy, come here.
All black men, on the other hand, were called by their first names or were referred to as boy, regardless of their age. On the Pullman sleeping cars on trains, for example, all the black porters answered to the name of Boy or simply George.
I was jogging near my house in Washington. I was an assistant attorney general of the United States, best friend of the attorney general of the United States. I was jogging near my house. And a police kind of came by. Fortunately, I had my Justice Department credentials in my hip pocket. Boy! I kept on jogging. My hair was beginning to gray, and then I'm jogging along. Boy! I keep on jogging. Hey, you boy! Spotlight on me. Boy, you better stop! I figured I better stop. And so I stop, and two white cops get out, slam me up against a wall, spread my legs, and then spray my legs. Hit me pretty hard between the legs, and it hurt very much. I kept saying, look in my back pocket, reach in my back pocket. Boy, you robbed a store. Boy this, boy that, boy. They pulled out this thing, and it was a nice leather thing. It said a Justice Department official. Oh, they melted.
Since the days of slavery, Jim Crow, and segregation, the American power structure has implemented a series of psychological containment strategies toward the so-called black man in America, restricting access to resources and freedoms that are associated with manhood, along with the practice of calling grown men boy. This was meant to stunt the psychological, emotional, and spiritual growth, arresting the development of the targeted population.
And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink.
In this new era, the trend of calling men boy, little, and baby is rooted in the same tradition.
The Kabbalistic puppet masters who run Hollywood and the music industry join forces with the new iteration of the Knights of the Golden Dawn. This is the witchcraft and sorcery of the Grand Imperial Wizard, the Grand Dragon, the Red Dragon. Hopefully this helps you discern the truth behind the veil. Remember to guard your eye gate. The spellcasters are scouring the people's subconscious psyche, subliminally pushing the masses toward collective consent in order to obtain legal jurisdiction to defile your soul. It's important to take a look in the rear view. Search out the old paths. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee. Thy elders, and they will tell thee. We're going to rebuke some demons tonight. The last time we set out to expose this particular class of spirits, we received powerful testimonies from viewers who were edified and made more aware of Satan's devices.
Chains were broken, and folks started on the road to being set free. However, these great victories did not come without a cost. Not only was the video deleted from YouTube, but we suffered increased censorship and spiritual attacks that we had to fight off for months.
So you can imagine how we felt the last few weeks when all the news reports, articles, and information we were gathering seemed to converge and point to the exact same spirits we confronted just 3 short years ago.
Here we go again.
We were being led to create part 3 to one of the most spiritually dangerous series we have ever produced. Despite all the enemy's efforts to discourage and stop us, I knew I had to blow the trumpet and shine the light on this swarm. This demon's nest, just one more time.
One more time. We're gonna stay here. We're not running. We're gonna stand our ground. But we can't do it without your prayers, encouragement, and support. We need you.
I need you.
One more time. We're gonna stay here. We need you.
This is the last installment in this series. Pray for us.
We need you, Abba Yah. Help us close this chapter.
They cannot intrude here.
One more time.
In the midst of increasing global tensions, the drums of war are sounding. Alliances are being forged, and battle lines are being drawn across land and water.
Tensions are rising in one of the most hotly contested regions on the planet, the South China Sea.
China's President Xi Jinping compared the BRICS economic bloc to a giant ship sailing forward against raging torrents and storms.
We are witnessing the world reserve currency being systematically devalued and undermined, while banking institutions play Big Fish, Eat Little Fish. This is the geopolitical backdrop surrounding the highly significant coronation and crowning of the new British monarch, who is charged to preside over an economic, social, biological, and spiritual Great Reset.
Question: did any creatures, entities, or beings outside of Noah's Ark survive the Great Flood?
There's something in the water.
So is this great and wide sea, wherein are things creeping innumerable, both small and great beasts. There go the ships. There is that Leviathan, whom thou hast made to play therein. These wait all upon thee, that thou mayest give them their meat in due season.
There's something in the water.
Suspicious ship movements before the blast.
I see it taking over.
These were so-called ghost ships.
The kingdoms of the world. Its tentacles are around their neck. It's choking mankind.
The Marine Kingdom.